With a scam warning and an update to a case 13 on your side, first reported on back in 2013, which is when a Muskegon County homeowner contacted us after being scammed out of money she paid to a tree trimming service operated by Gary Johnson.
Johnson was ultimately convicted in that case after dozens of victims stepped forward and said he was paid but left the job unfinished or never did the work. Now, as 13 on your side's Charlie Tinker reports, investigators say Johnson is doing it again.
He's given me a bargain. So I took his word.
That was an offer Pete Silverstein says he couldn't refuse.
He was purporting to be the owner of JJ Tree Service. And he told me that he was working with a neighbor on their tree removal.
What's your name? JJ Tree Service. Hey, Pete, man. Nice to meet you, man.
The house call was all captured on Pete's Ring doorbell camera. The man identifies himself as Gary Johnson as the two walk the property and identify 10 trees for removal, leaving the Fruitport Township homeowner with this invoice.
So the total amount was $1,750 to remove 10 trees, remove the wood, and grind down those stumps.
I mean, it seems
too good to be true. Ultimately, he walked away with $1,100 in cash and never showed up.
It was then, he says, Johnson began dodging his calls.
Tapped his name into a search, and one of the first hits that popped up was the WZZM 13 on your side report.
Some people don't like me, some people do like me.
We confronted Johnson 9 years earlier when he was then using the name Clean Cut Tree Service.
I still make my money regardless.
Taking advantage of victims of a recent storm, Johnson bilked this woman out of $1,000 and left the job unfinished. Dozens of similar complaints landed him behind bars.
3 weeks ago, we received our first call.
Investigators say Johnson's now back at it with the same bag of tricks. A warrant obtained by 13 on your side revealed the convicted scam artist was arrested again this month. Police said at least 4 victims had contacted them after paying out and getting burned.
And it appears that there's dozens more out there that we're seeing through social media.
To come back even while he's under the supervision of the Michigan Department of Corrections and continue his illegal behavior is, to me, pretty blatant.
What kind of goes through your mind at that point?
I've been had.
Pete told me he turned over his video to Fruitport police.
So I would just use this as a cautionary tale. So ultimately, I'll find a reputable tree service. It won't be a promise and a handshake and a worthless piece of paper.
In Muskegon County, Charlie Tinker, 13 on your side.
Johnson's now back in the Muskegon County Jail facing fraud-related charges and additional time if convicted as a repeat offender. Investigators believe there may be dozens more victims out there and want anyone who worked with JJ Tree Service or Gary Johnson to give them a call.